Hello everyone, how are you today? Hello, hello, how was your weekend? How are you guys?
Hi, good evening.
Hello, Kiara. How's everything, boys and girls? Good, very good?
Hello, teacher.
Hello,
Very good, teacher.
Manuela. Awesome. Okay, my dear friends, this is our last week of this cycle 14. Okay, so basically, we are getting ready for all the things to finish this cycle. Yeah, remember that I send you some special reminders for taking into account. Okay, tomorrow we start with our first project presentation. So I hope my group number one is ready. And then group number two for Wednesday. Have you got any questions related to that organization of the tasks, activities? What are the questions? Questions before we start. Questions about the reminders I send you. Okay. Diego asks us about the mural practice. Okay. It is the same as you guys have been doing the whole process. Okay. It's the same. You guys work on it. That is part of your autonomous learning. Yes. Individual practice. But this cycle was a little bit different because we were including some of those activities in our classes. Yeah. Your teacher, Laura, and I use them for some classes. It's just like a couple of them. What happens with those activities is that we already closed them. Remember that we also used some deadlines for them. So you don't have to worry about them. You have to continue working on your platform, yes, as you know how to do. And by Friday at noon, yes, Friday noon, I will download that score. Okay? That was something that Diego asked us, and I just wanted to clarify that for you to have it very clear. Questions? Any other thing? Not really? So you guys are ready for this week? Yeah? Full of assignments and things going on? Okay, my dear friends, I just hope you guys follow those instructions and dates. And if you have any question, just ask me, okay? Tomorrow we will have our first project, well, final project presentation with group number one. I already sent you the names of groups, of the groups, yeah? So you guys have that very, very organized. Okay, perfect. Plan for today. Interesting plan. Remember that the idea is that we also have the chance for training, yes, for the test. Well, give me a second, Karen. Yes, Karen. Okay, remember that we agreed on having little, yes, like a mini debate. That's what we are going to do. You guys have some minutes for presenting your project, around 4 or 5 minutes. That's why we divided the groups, yeah, because it was very long if we have you all at the same time. So we consider necessary to divide the groups into two parts, yes? 7 tomorrow, 7 on Wednesday, okay? So what we calculate is that you guys spend around 4 or 5 minutes presenting your controversial issue, yeah? And after that, your classmates will have the chance to ask you some questions, to express their ideas related to that topic, to just talk about their position, if they are against or in favor. Yeah, and we can have like a little discussion after you guys finish each project. Yeah, like, okay, we start with Karen. She presents her controversial issue, and we can also have some comments for her. We can ask her some questions if we want and need, and we can have a little discussion with the whole audience, okay, talking about our perspective, right? That's the activity. Because remember that we practiced last week, but with the debate. That was different. That was like the preparation of the speaking test, right? That was the way we are going to take the speaking because it's a debate. Okay, another question. Okay, Jorge, that's a good one. Okay, around 5 minutes maybe, yeah. So 5 minutes for presentations, 5 minutes for discussions, and we will see. Yeah, that's the calculation we have. Okay, Karen. Okay, Jorge. What are the other questions, guys? Ask everything about that. Whatever you need to know. I'm here for that. Okay, I'm all ears for you. What do you need? What else? Okay, thank you, Santiago, for raising your hand. What's that?
And sorry, teacher, maybe I don't know. Well, I don't know if maybe some of my classmates already
Okay.
asked it, but I
Mhm.
would like to know if, well, clarified, some clarified of the time that we have to, make the exposition of the topic for the
Yes.
presentation.
Mhm. Yes. Okay. I know you guys are a little bit worried about it because in the form it says that not longer than 3 minutes, right? But as I was telling you before, around 5 is okay. Yeah, like 4 or 5. I don't think you guys need more time because we can also have the discussions. Yes, Santiago. So 4 and 5 is okay.
Okay, teacher. But well, we were talking with Jorge last night,
Okay.
where we have the duty are 5 minutes with 2 minutes of discussion with our classmates. There must be a time open to questions
Oh,
or
sure.
just presentation.
Yeah, don't worry. I mean, the time I'm giving you is just for your presentation because I understand that we need more time for the discussions. And that's why we split the groups, right? So it's basically around 10 minutes per student, 10, 12, depending on how it goes. Because it usually takes longer than we plan, right? So it is okay. You guys can have 4 or 5 minutes for presenting the idea. And after that, we can have a little discussion with your class. Is that clear, Santiago?
Yes, it's clear. Thank you, teacher,
Perfect.
because well, I was really worried for that.
It's okay.
Thank you.
Don't worry. It's okay, guys. You can, I mean, I'm not going to interrupt you like, okay, in a very bad way, like, okay, no more. No, it's okay. I know that some things can be, like things we can't control. But the recommendation is practice for that. So you guys are concise, you give the right information, but, straight to the point. And remember, all the tips and strategies, yeah, we practice and analyze about debating, yeah. So it's basically that. And of course, you guys have your time. I will see if you need a little bit more. Yeah, it's not going to be like you are going to need 10 or 12. No, but I can understand. Don't worry about it. You just prepare your presentation and everything is going to be all right. Don't worry. Okay, what else? I love questions. Any other person? Well, okay, you can still ask questions during the whole meeting, don't worry. Plan for today. Okay, today's our class 7, as I already said, and this is our plan. Okay, coming back to the part when I was saying that we need to train and practice for the exam. Here we have another kind of practice for you, yeah, and is writing a report. Okay, so we're going to check its structure and analysis, some tips and recommendations, and then you guys will be ready for writing a report. Okay, this is another typical example, yes, or question you guys have to face in the writing section. Yeah, we have practiced some of them, like for example the reviews. They are very common as well. And today we are going to check out how we can write a report. Yeah, like very interesting tips about that writing that you may be, yes, required or asked. Okay, and after that, we will have a use of English strategy or type of question that is open close. So we will just go through it very quickly because you guys have done it before and practiced it before. So we will check out just its structure and some tips, and then you guys are ready for working on the last activity for Moodle, this one, that is use of English related to open close as well. Yeah, if we have time, I will see we can do 1 or 2 exercises together of this one, but if we don't, you just focus on this after checking the tips and strategies. Questions about the plan, comments, what do you need? Okay, let's find out in the chat. Okay, okay, Manuela, good. No problem. I will take it into account. Yes.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay, so it means you are not doing it tomorrow. Manuel is, and you are doing it on Wednesday, right?
Yes, teacher, perfect.
Perfect. Okay, I will just write it down, and that's okay. Yeah, that's what I told you. Yeah, with time ahead, because I know that you guys need to organize that. Very good. Thank you for telling me. Okay, let's go. Let's start. Little warm up for today. Very basic. It's just like following a sequence of events or tasks that your boss may request. So it's basically like checking some vocabulary. Okay. While you guys do these simple tasks, I'm checking the attendance. Let's go. Hello, Marlon. Welcome. Okay, guys, here we are. This is about vocabulary related to the office or planning a meeting. Yes, we have also been talking about work meetings, business. Yeah, so this is very basic. You guys can just match the verbs with the ideas. It won't take you long, okay? Just give me the time for checking the attendance. Karen?
Present, teacher.
Okay, thank you, Karen. Guys, what do you have to do? Click on start. Then you guys have some verbs and some vocabulary, okay? So, for example, write a report. That is what we're going to do today, yeah? Okay, so check out the vocabulary and match them with the corresponding ideas related to what your boss may request. Okay, very good. Let's work on it. Okay. And I continue with the attendance. Santiago.
Here, teacher.
Santiago. Okay, thank you. Kiara.
Hi, teacher, present.
Okay, Kiara, thank you. Jorge.
Present.
Very good. Natalia.
Hi, teacher.
Okay, Natalia. Diego.
Present, teacher.
Thank you, Diego. Manuela.
Yes, teacher.
Awesome. Jessica.
Present, teacher.
Okay, very good. Catherine. Catherine, hello.
Present me.
Okay, Catherine.
Hello, me. Hello.
Yes, Catherine. I can listen. Are you okay? Are you sick?
Yes, miss. Yes, I have bad connection tonight.
Oh, plus that. Okay, I can tell. Thank you, Catherine. Marlon.
Hi, teacher. Present.
Okay, thank you, Marlon. Mandy.
Present, teacher. Good evening.
Okay, Mandy, hello. Manuel.
Hello, teacher. Present.
Thank you, Manuel. Maria.
Present, teacher.
Okay, Maria. And Vanessa. Vanessa. Can you hear me? Okay, I see. Okay, thank you. Wow, very good. All my students are in the meeting. That's awesome. Okay, guys. I bet you are ready with the little warm-up, right? Was very easy, wasn't it? Are you guys done?
Yes,
Are
teacher.
you? Okay, perfect. So let's start analyzing all the information we need to know for the report, okay? And of course, we are focusing on the way we are going to do it for fulfilling the requirements of the exam, right? So let me see, okay, here we are. What is a report and what does a report do? Okay, here we have the first part. So let me listen to you. You guys are going to train your pronunciation and start talking because remember that this week is full of assignments for you. Diego, you start. What is a report?
Reading teacher or my
Yes, please.
opinion.
No, it's okay, just read, don't worry.
Okay. A report is a specific form of writing that is organized around consciously identifying and examining issues, events, or findings that have happened in a physical sense, such as events that have occurred within an organization or findings from a research investigation. It informs the reader simply and objectively about all relevant issues. You always write reports in B2 first, FCE, to a superior. This could be a teacher, a director, or anyone who you should be respectful.
Thank you so much, Diego. Okay, so this is the kind of writing we are going to train, yes, today. It informs the reader simply and objectively, which means that we are going to use real facts, real information, okay? And here it tells you that you are always required to write this to another person, right? It could be a teacher, a director, or anyone who should be respectful. So you guys need to use neutral vocabulary, right? Yeah? No, like hi friend, hi bud, yeah? Okay. What does a report do? Let's continue with Jorge, please. Jorge. Jorge?
Me, teacher,
Okay.
I can hear.
Oh, sorry. I was asking you to please tell us what a report does.
Read the information.
Yes, a report analyzes and
Okay. As report analyze a present situation and often has recommendation, is divided into sections and contains factual information. Is written in a formal style using headings for each section.
okay. So this is what I would like you to do today, and these are the structure we are going to follow, okay? Analyzes a present situation, so maybe you guys can talk about how the human resources, yes, work in your company, for example, yeah, or about climate change in your area, yeah, like when we have like very, very visible changes, okay? How people eat in your neighborhood, for example, if you have that information. Okay, different things, but a present situation. It usually has recommendations because at the end you guys are asked to give some recommendations and suggestions. That's what you have to do, yeah. It also has some sections and they are visible because they have headings. And as I told you, it is written in a formal style, okay? So let's see, let's check out the structure of it and let's start analyzing it, yeah, step by step. So here we have the structure. First, we have the introduction. The purpose of this report is to, of course, you guys can have your style. I'm not saying that you need to use specifically this vocabulary, yeah, but this is the way. Subheading plus paragraph, yes, both of them giving relevant facts, yeah, relevant information, and you guys can give a title here, yeah, like a short idea, so the information looks more organized. And at the end, you have conclusions, which usually suggest some things from you, yeah, express recommendations, okay, and opinions. So that's the structure of the report. Now we need to try to plan, yeah, to write our report step by step. Okay, let's see. This is an example of tags, yeah, that you may see in the exam you're going to take, or maybe you have already seen it before, yeah, in other type of tests. So they usually give you like the topic, and they also give you all the setting. Yes, they tell you what you are doing, they give you some ideas, and then they ask you what to do. Yes, so this is an example. Last year, a new sport and leisure center opened in your hometown. You have recently received the following letter from the manager of the center. I am writing to all members of the Active Leisure Club. Okay, this is part of it. Thank you for your custom over the last year. We want to make the facilities even better this year. Please send a short report to us telling us what you think are the best and worst aspects of the club. We also want to hear your suggestions for new facilities. So here, first is the introduction, like put you into context, gives you the setting, what you need to think about, what you need to focus on. Then they ask you what to do. What do you have to do? Okay, write a report, we know. Yes. What information do you need to include? Best and worst aspects of the club, and of course, your suggestions and recommendations. The instruction will always be this. Write your report between 140 and 119 words. Yes, in that range of words. Okay. Here it says write your report to the manager of the club, because this is a specific topic. I'm not saying that this is always the same. Now it depends. Okay, questions so far? Maybe teacher, what's a report, or I don't know, whatever you want to say. Not really? Okay. So, how to write a report? Let's go to step number one. What do you think is the step number one? What would be the first thing you will do? Or what are you guys going to do on Thursday when you are doing this? The problem with some is time management, right? Because here we have like, okay, the chance to talk, to discuss, to do, to work together. Yeah. But when you are taking a test, you have that pressure of, oh my God, this is not going to last forever, right? So we need to just have that information very clear and go straight to the point. So what's the first thing we do? Oh, the first thing like would be good to do.
Tell us on a specific topic.
Very good, Santiago, because we are not going to start with the conclusions, right? No, okay, what's the topic? Yeah. So, okay, yeah. We can also look for a title. So we have here step one, which is, find key points, topic, and target reader. This is very important, guys. When you identify the target reader, you will always know what to do and what language to use. Yeah, because it's not the same that I'm writing to my best friend, or I'm writing to, I don't know, the CEO. Yeah. Okay. So you need to start writing your report by finding the key points, yeah, or key information, the subject, and the person to whom you are writing. That is the target reader. Here we have, look, the colors tell you this. Yes, this color, like, I don't know, red, pink, whatever, gives you the main key points. This one that is like gray or purple talks about the topic, and this yellow tell us or shows us the target reader. Last year, a new sport and leisure center opened in your hometown. You have recently received the following letter from the manager. Okay, so we are going to write the report to the manager. This is my target reader. What is the audience is going to read my report? This guy or this person, I don't know. Okay, so what's the topic? Active Leisure Club. What's happening now there? What has happened? Yeah, what they're asking us. Facilities, yes, this is part of the recommendations we are going to write. We want to make the facilities even better this year. How can we do it? What do you think? What are your suggestions? Yeah. And the main key points, telling us the best worst aspects of the club, and please give us suggestions. Okay? So this is the organization in our mind. We already know what we need to do and who we are writing to. Okay, now we need to organize that information. Step number 2, title. Reports need title, but they are not mandatory. Yeah, but it looks organized and attractive if you write one. Yeah, I recommend you these 2 ways. Report on, here you have the topic. Or you start with the topic and then you say a report. Look how they look. Okay, report on active leisure club facilities. Or you can say active leisure club facilities, a report. Yes, this structure may look very well. Okay, if you remember in the previous step, we found the topic, which is active leisure club wants to improve their facilities. How can we do it? But first we need to talk about what's going on. Okay, questions, my friends. I know that I'm talking like a little bit fast. If you want me to slow down, I can do it. I just want to have the 2 activities planned for today. But it's okay. If you don't understand or want me to slow down, just tell me. So, no questions? Okay. So, although the title is not obligatory, yeah, it is certainly an attractive addition and could be like this. Yes, these are the suggestions. Once you have your title, now we need to start writing, and we start with an introduction. Let's continue with people reading. Karen, you are ready for the introduction, please.
Introduction. A good and equivalent introduction should contain 2 things. Firstly, you have to state the purpose of the report as clearly as possible. This gives the reader a clear idea of what to expect and set the tone for the rest of the report. The purpose of the report is nothing more than 3 points you find in step 1. Describe the best aspect of the club. 2. Describe the worst aspects of the club. 3. Suggest new facilities.
Thank you so much,
Let's
Karen.
use
Oh,
them
okay.
now.
Very good. So, the purpose of this report is to outline the best and worst parts of our club, yes, as well as to recommend improvements to the facilities. So this is the introduction. This is what tells the reader what you guys are going to talk about. Yeah, basically easy, but it is not as easy as I make it look if you guys do not identify the previous information. Yeah, but once you have identified that, okay, you can just start writing. Okay. This is part of the same, yeah, part of the intro. Finally, you mentioned how you collected the data. Because remember, reports need to be reliable. Reports need to use real information. In some cases, you can also use, like specific information you have researched from, or if you have graphics or things like that, statistics, that's a good idea. It's not mandatory, but it makes it very reliable. Okay. For your report, it's not something that you have to do, yeah, but it can help your report stand out a little bit. The purpose of this report is to outline the best and worst parts of our club, as well as to recommend improvements to the facilities. The data for the report was collected based on the opinions of club members. This is the source. You're going to base your suggestions and your information, yeah, on what those club members have said. And this is the last introduction, the last sample. This is our title. And here we have the intro. Let me see if it has anything different. No, So I'm not gonna read. It's just the title and the intro. Okay, as well, no, it's the same. Okay, so can you tell me the steps we have analyzed so far, please? What's the first thing we need to do?
The key
The
points.
introduction.
Yes, very good. We need to check out the key points and key information, and that includes the target audience. Yes, the key information, which is basically which asks you about what you have to write. After that, what we do? What do we do? Write a title. Yes, give it a title. It helps you have the idea very organized and not going to another, topic. Yes. And then you guys write the intro, the introduction. Okay, perfect. Now, what about the body of the report? How does it look like? Okay, step number 4, the body paragraphs. It contains the main information, the main content. So when we have a ready title and introduction to our report, we can move on to writing the proper content. In the main content, you should answer the main key points, of course, the ones that you discover in the text. And there's suitable subheadings that would be a good idea for organizing the information. And each is placed in a separate section paragraph, okay? The key points, you already know them. Describe the best and the worst aspects of the club, and then give suggestions or recommendations for getting those new facilities. Okay, now we have an example with that structure. Okay, this is the example. The blue highlighted parts refer to formal indirect language, official language. And the yellow one, transitional words, expressions, and conjunctions, which link the sentences and make the text more fluid. We also have the subheadings here. The best aspects of the club, the worst aspects of the club, and suggestions. Okay, so I'm going to ask Catherine. I don't know, Catherine, can you read?
Sure, Miss.
Okay, thank you. Can you help us read this, please?
Okay. The best aspects of the club. Most members seem to enjoy the swimming pool with its daily water exercise classes and the opportunity to swim in 50-meter lanes. It also appears that offering a child care program is appreciated by the majority of our members since many of them have families, but still would like to use the facility of the club. Continue?
Yes, please.
First key point answer, best aspect. The worst aspect of the club, according to the of to most of the member I have spoken to, the coffee does not meet their expectation with below average food and slow service. Another problem is the state of the gymnasium, which in general it's avoided by many because of broken equipment and lack of staff during peak time. Suggestion. Here you can add one more paragraph and give suggestion included in the conclusion.
Thank you so much, Catherine. Okay, as you see here, those blue highlighted words are the formal indirect language. They make the report look official, yes? And then we have the transitional words, which are very, very essential and important in any writing because they just lead the reader, from one thought to the next, yes? Okay, what are other examples of transitional words? we have furthermore, moreover, besides, because, both, also, yeah, another. Those are the ones that are also connecting and giving you the idea of moving from one thought to the other, yeah, to the next one. So they are very important as well. Okay, and now we are going to check out the suggestions. Well, that they are part of the conclusion, yeah, so they are at the end. Let's check out a little bit before we start checking the conclusion. We have here some tips, yeah. Headings are very important. When you write the report, every paragraph must have a title, but don't worry. These do not need to be creative titles. This is not an article. It's a report. You can just use the key points. Yeah? Good things, bad things. Okay, now best aspects, I think is the information we have. Yeah, the best aspects and the worst aspects. Yeah? So it is better to give those titles, but do not worry and do not spend long time just trying to find a very creative and attractive one. It's not necessary. It's not an article. Okay, headings must be factual, and as I mentioned, they must only let the reader know what information will be contained in the paragraph. So, what is a very boring and factual title? Okay, so here we have introduction, positive aspects of, negative aspects of, improvements, recommendations, suggestions. Yeah, it's better to start, okay, a title, then you guys give the subheadings and you run to the conclusion, okay? Let's check out how you guys can conclude that. Okay, let's see. We have Kiara, please. Can you read?
Suggestions and conclusions, teacher.
Yes, please.
At the hidden. In the final analysis, the best solution seemed to be to improve the quality of the menu and the service at the cafe, as well as the maintenance schedule and number of staff at the gymnasiums. If manager is decided to follow recommendations, the experience of members would improve.
Thank you, Kiara. After writing the entire content, we only have a summary where we can also include our suggestions or recommendations. Yeah. To do this, we can use some specific language that is there to persuade the manager of the center to take up our idea and implement it. So we have persuasive language. Those are the recommendations in blue, and the suggestions. Okay, as Kiara read. Yeah, the best solution seems to be, well, this is your suggestion, so it's not like the best solution must be. Well, no, it's what I think. Yeah, it's what I think. Oh, will be improved. Sorry, here, there's a mistake. Okay, so in the conclusion, you guys include that, and you are always trying to persuade the person to believe your words. Yeah, to think that you are giving relevant information, to take into account those suggestions so they will find the solution based on what you are reporting. Okay, that's the conclusion. Now we have the whole report. This is all of it with the title, the subheadings, and the conclusion. Okay, let's listen to Manuela. Please read the title and the first paragraph. Manuela?
Okay, teacher.
Okay.
Report. Yes.
It's okay.
Report on active leisure club facilities. The purpose of this report is to outline the best and worst parts of our club, as well as to recommend improvements to facilities. The data for the report was collected based on the opinions of the club members. The best aspect of the club. Most members seem to enjoy the swimming in pool with its daily water exercise classes,
Exercise.
and the opportunity to swim. Okay, opportunity to swim in 50-meter lanes. It also appears that offering a childcare program is appreciated by the majority of our member since many of them have families, but still would like to use the facilities of the club. The worst aspect of the club.
Thank you, Manuela. Thank you so much. Now we are going to ask, okay, where is Manuela here? Maria, to please read the worst aspects of the club.
The worst aspect of the club, according to most of the members I have spoken to, the coffee does not meet their expectations with below average food and slow service. Another problem is the state of the gymnasium, which in general is avoided by many because of broken equipment and a lack of staff during peak times.
Thank you, Maria. Okay, and now to finish, suggestions and conclusions. We need Mandy. Mandy, please. Suggestions and conclusions.
Yes, teacher. Suggestions and conclusions. In the final analysis, the best solution seems to be to improve the quality of the menu and the service of the cafe, as well as the maintenance schedule and number of staff. The gymnasium, if manager is decided to follow recommendations, the experience of members would be improved.
Okay, guys, and this is what a report looks like. If you notice, it is not like very elaborated because it's just telling things. Yeah, you just have to use very good transitional words, the ones that move the reader from one thought to the other or to the next. Yeah, and that's it. And you need to make it, like look reliable. Yeah, according to most of the members. So it is telling us that we have a source. Yeah, from where we base our recommendations, right? So tell me, what are the questions about writing a report? Let me tell you something, and this is the spoiler of the exam. In the test, you have to do two things of the writing part. Two. One that is mandatory is the essay. The essay, you guys are going to check out some tips with Laura after the first block, writing an essay, okay? That is something that you have to do, yeah? And the other one, the other text for the writing is something you choose. So what we are doing, yeah, we as your teachers, we are just giving you all the facilities for knowing the kind of text you guys are going to write, and then you choose. Because they give you like a heading that says you can answer or like do any of these three options. For example, one could be a report, the other one could be a review, and the other one could be an article. So what we are doing with you is practicing them all, and then you choose the one that you prefer. Okay, that's a spoiler because we are getting ready to it. Questions about the report?
Not really, teacher.
Okay, so we are ready for writing our report. Let's do it very quickly, and then you practice for the test. Remember, the idea is to train for the test, that when you guys see the test, you say like, okay, we know how to do it. We really received, the guidance from the teachers. So this is something I feel good about. Yeah, like you guys are going to be okay, relax, and you will do it. You can choose the one that you think is easier for you and that takes less time, of course, yeah, because we need to be convenient. But we are just like good with the idea that you have the clues and strategies. Okay, writing a report. Here we are. This is the final product of this first part of the meeting today, to write our final report, to use the tips I gave you, and to do it with a partner. You guys have the link in the chat. I'm going to send you to another room and let me just give you the instruction about it. This is basically the same form of the test. As I told you, that's a spoiler. Yeah, so look. Okay, first they tell you about the information you need to know. Yes, it's like the background and setting. You are doing a school project about family life in the school. Your teacher has asked you to write a report about your school saying what activities students do together, how much are parents involved in school activities, how often families interact with others during school activities, and at the end, your recommendations, and whether you think it could change or improve. Include your suggestions. Do it because you will need it in the test. Okay, so do it with your classmates, discuss the main or key points, yeah, and do your best. You have to write between 140 or 190 words. Okay, let's go. Let's take advantage of the time. Okay, let me send you to a room. Remember that we are registering our score. As this one is in the middle of the class, this one needs to be done. It's not because we need more time. No, this one needs to be done. Okay, two, 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 and two. Let's go, guys. Let's do it. You guys did a very good job. I was checking your reports and you guys used like very good transitional words. You also gave it a title. Yeah, which is very good. I was checking and most of you are done, which is awesome. I don't know if you have any question before we continue to the next activity. Anything you want to say or add about the reports? Not really? Okay. Well, if you did not finish, please finish it, okay? Because remember that we are getting very close to the end of the cycle. So by Monday, you guys will have all your scores in the platform. I mean, in the academic system, of course. Okay, my dear friends. Now let's have a look about, oh, yes, have a look at the open-close exercise or type of questions you guys have often answered in the test. Do you remember what is the open close? Let me go back to this just to review a little bit. When I say open close, what does it mean? What I'm referring to? Do you remember the kind of exercises you usually have in the test, like the type of questions? Just mention them. Any? We have multiple choice question. What else? We may have true, false, doesn't say. That's another one. What else? Guys, I don't know if you can hear me. Can you? Hello?
Yes, teacher.
Oh, Santiago, okay. Everybody's so quiet, so I was like, oh my goodness, who I'm talking to.
No, teacher, in my case, I didn't pay attention for a moment and I lost the line of the conversation.
Okay, thank you so much for being honest. I know it might happen. Okay, Diego.
Teacher, we were thinking. I
Okay.
think open close is when you have a blank space and we have to write one or two words, but the answer is only between one and two or in three words, I think.
Yes, Diego, that's correct, but you are missing one special thing about it. You are missing something that makes it a little bit harder than the others. What? Yes, Kiara, you have to fill those spaces, as Diego mentioned. Diego was very accurate and correct about the explanation. He misses something, and is that the answer is in your mind. You don't have any option. It's what you know and what you think. Yeah. We have a combination between multiple choice and open close, and it is called multiple choice close, which is kind of similar because you have to complete or fill in a space. But the easy part is that you have all the options. That's why it's multiple choice close. This one is open close. So you don't have the options. The options are in your mind, yeah, in your brain. Look, this is the strategy and this is the exercise you guys have for today. Let's do it quickly so I can give you like 20 minutes. Okay. One part of the use of English section is this one that is open close. This consists of a short text with 8 gaps. Yeah. Unlike part 1, as I told you, in part 1 you have the choices, but in this one you don't have them. You have them in your mind, so you have to do like all the process in your mind, like looking for the correct word, like what is the category I am missing here? Is it a verb? Is it a preposition? Is it a conjunction? Yeah, that is very important for you. So let's check out some tips, strategies, and you guys are ready for the last activity or module of these assignments that are part of this course. Some tips. Contractions, for example, don't, will, won't, count as 2 words. However, can't is a contraction of cannot, which is 1 word. But later they will tell you that contractions are not really asked in this kind of test. Yeah, so it's better to avoid them. Sometimes there is more than one correct answer. Cambridge will always account for this and all options will be accepted. We are not Cambridge because the ones that grade the exams are your teachers, but of course we need to read very carefully and we need to check what you wrote. And of course, if it's, something that can fit that sentence, we will accept. No problem. That's okay. Don't worry about it. We usually do. Okay. However, you should not write more than one answer. So you write one and then the other one because you think that the teacher will accept either of them. Say, well, no, because what if you're taking the official test and that's, like a system, the one who grades it, yeah? So avoid that. It's just the option you think. Losing time on this activity might cost you points later in the exam because you won't have enough time to do other tasks well. So trust your instincts, check what you wrote, check if it makes sense for you, and go on. Okay. Here we have other tips and strategies. Read the title and the whole text so that you understand what is it about. Because in some cases you need to contrast the information and you just, need to have the whole picture of the reading. Yeah. Read the whole sentence in which the gap occurs to look for clues as to what kind of word you need. That is the most important thing. Each gap only needs one word unless the instruction says a different thing. If it says like, you may use from 1 to 3 words, okay, always follow the instructions. Usually a grammatical word, for example, a pronoun or linker or a preposition, yeah, rather than topic vocabulary for a specific thing. It's more like a construction of ideas, in the way we use familiar words and expressions, phrasal verbs, those ones that refer to grammatical categories. Check the words before and after each gap and look for grammatical collocations. Why? Because if you write something that really, really goes very well with this one, but doesn't go well with the next one, that's not correct. Okay, so you have to check the one before, the one after. Remember, you must write only one word, but guys, this is because that's that text specifically. I'm not sure about Moodle because I don't know about the instruction and you guys are going to work on Moodle now, yeah? So my recommendation is trust the instruction, okay? You are never required to write a contraction. If you think the answer is a contraction, it must be wrong, so think again for the best, yeah? Like, no, maybe not. That's not a good one, so, okay? Read the whole text through once you have completed to make sure you have not missed any connectors, plurals, or negatives. Why? Because sometimes we may have the word that is the one that fits there, but we are missing, I don't know, the conjugation according to the subject or according to the number, or yeah, we can just make the difference with that. It's not like I'm going to use Spanish, sorry, solo por la S. No, yeah, but that is the one that makes the conjugation clear. So, yes. Okay. Read your completed text again and check that it makes sense. It is always a good idea to feel good with your responses, yeah? Because if you trust your instincts, you will feel more confident about what you are doing. So read it again until you say, okay, yeah. Well, friends, now I'm gonna give you this activity that is the last one for Moodle, and we are ready for today. Please, let's go to Moodle, and the test or activity that you are going to work on today is written in the chat. Let me show you. Here for us. In the second test, yeah, test 1, test 2, in the use of English heading, you will see part 2, open, close. Let's do it. Tell me if you found it. Oh my God, maybe it is closed for us. Oh, sorry. Let me just check it. Did you find it? If you didn't, it's because I have it closed. Let me just go very quickly. Okay. Test 2. Test 2, use of English, part 2, open. Okay, it was closed. Now it is open for you. Do it, please. Look.
Okay, teacher.
Thank you. Use of English part 2, open, close. Work on it. Do it the times you need. As well, we have this left time for finishing it. Okay, so the idea is that all of you do it, please. Go ahead. No more interruptions from your teacher.
Teacher, excuse me, could you send
What do you need, Mandy?
teacher, I can see the image.
Oh, then the name of the activity is in the chat.
Yes.
Let me just show you again.
For the screenshot.
Oh, no, we don't have any image, but I can show you. Look. Test 2. Use of English. Part 2, open, close. This one. Okay, let me.
Part 2, open, close. Okay.
Thank you, Mandy. Part 2, open, close. Let me make a screenshot for giving you a deadline. Okay. Use of English, this one. Okay, go ahead. Okay, boys and girls, that's everything for today. As you guys had enough time for it, I'm going to give you a deadline for tomorrow. So I'm just sending you that in our WhatsApp group. Okay, I hope you guys have a wonderful night. I hope you guys have learned and got different strategies for writing your report. So when you have to take the exam, you will choose the one that you feel more confident about, the report or the article or the review. Okay, have a wonderful night. I will see you tomorrow. And please, my group number 1, including Manuel, get ready for tomorrow's presentation. Okay, bye bye, guys. Take care.
Thank you, teacher. Good
Teacher.
night.
Bye,
Okay,
teacher. Thank
Night,
you.
Miss.
okay, my
See you
pleasure.
tomorrow.
Catherine, I hope you feel better. Bye bye. Take care, guys. See you tomorrow.
Bye, teacher.
See you, Marlon.